Oh my gosh, why isn't she, or why am I, I'm better than her. All right, I don't know if I don't know if you've had the relationship that I have had with Instagram for the past, I want to say past 2 years. Yeah. So Instagram, it's been a thing. It's been a freaking thing. And so today I want to come talk to you about a few things that I've done to start changing my relationship with Instagram. Now, if you are a social media kind of person, then this video is not for you. Why? Because I want to share a few things that I changed about my perspective so that I can develop a healthier relationship with Instagram, because it's not going anywhere. So I'm going to ramble through a few things and you are going to join me. And we are just going to, have a chit chat. We're going to talk. So if you don't know, hi, I'm Zaylee Barclay, and I'm excited to have you with me as a co-creator here in the Lifestyle and Entrepreneurship Studio. Where we get things to start, shoot, and grow, right? Wasn't that cute? No, it wasn't. So the first thing that I want you to know before we dive into this is you are enough. Where you are is enough. And you're in the right place. You're with the right person, because we're going to dive into some things. So the first thing that I want to share is Instagram can definitely be an unhealthy place. There are a few things you might be thinking, like, oh my gosh, why isn't she, or why am I, I'm better than her. Why am I not experiencing the success that she is experiencing? The other thing might be, oh my gosh, like, why does she have that and I don't have this? Oh my gosh, why is her business growing and mine isn't? So if you are having thoughts like that, it's not a love-hate relationship with Instagram that you have to think about. You have to think about you and your feelings and where you are in your life. Right? And if you do feel like that, there are things that you can do better. Now, I'm not picking up for homegirl who probably doesn't have all that she's saying she has on Instagram. But what I'm trying to say is, you are always going to have distractions, whether it's on Instagram or in real life, right? So you may not have Instagram, but you might have a rich auntie who has everything, and you're going to still feel the same way about your rich auntie. So you need to start working on yourself. Now, this is not a hoorah for social media, because there's definitely things that, first of all, girl, you should not be on social media for 8 hours a day. No, that's a huge no-no. And I can share about that because that used to be me. 2 years ago, I used to be on Instagram a lot until I started using this really cool app back then called Moment. I don't think iPhone had or iOS had the screen monitoring that it has now, but I've cut down my hours from 8 hours to now 2 hours a day. And honestly, I think that 2 hours is, I don't know, that's still a lot. So I'm working on it. We are working together. We are co-creating together. Let me know if you feel like you spend too much time on Instagram down in the comments, because I want to know, am I alone? Am I crazy? Am I the only person who feels that way? So you shouldn't be spending a lot of time on social media, but the first thing that you need to do is look within. There are things that we need to fix within, and actions and executions, things that we need to actually do instead of saying that we're going to do it, so that we can get to where homegirl on the gram is. That's one thing that I want you to pay attention to, because you're always going to have distractions. You're always going to have things that are going to make you feel less than. I was about to say less than in my Trinidadian accent. I'm from Trinidad. Hey, girl, hey. But there are always going to be things that are going to, quote unquote, stop you from. So it's about looking in, removing the excuses and the victim role. Well, I can't do this because of this, or she has this and she had a head. Girl, we can't think about those things. What can you do today to make your relationship with the world better? Because it's not just only Instagram. The next thing that I want to touch on is one of the things that helped me recently really reduce my screen time or my phone time, because you know how that never ending scroll goes. 3 hours later, 4 hours later, don't lie, it's happened to you. I want to remind you, first of all, I was going to share that I removed Instagram from my phone and put it on my iPad. Huge improvement. And I share this on my Instagram stories. If you're not following me on Instagram yet, I am Zaylee Barclay over there, and you want to do yourself a favor and do that. And I did that because it was distracting, right? So I can get into the scroll. The thing about it is I own my own business. So I say when I go into the office, I say when I go work out, and sometimes in between times, there can be times when you end up scrolling on Instagram. And so for me, because my phone is usually somewhere around me, deleting it from my phone and putting on my iPad was definitely a huge help because I don't always have my iPad around me or in my hands. And I kid you not, the reason why this worked is, this is what I wanted to touch on. Previously, I would delete Instagram completely from my phone and I wouldn't have access to it. And so I'm learning to create a more healthy relationship with social media. So in doing that, what I'm going to do is, or what I did was, removed it from my phone, but over to my iPad. But every so often, I'll go and check to see what's going on. And when I say that, right now it's like twice a day. I might check it in the morning just to see if I have any messages or anything to answer. And then I'll check it again in the evening. And that has helped drastically. And it's crazy because now I don't even feel the pressure of it all. Like, hello, that is really huge. I don't feel called to check on Instagram. I don't wonder what's going on. You know that feeling of I'm missing everything. Everything is going on in the world and I'm missing it. And that's how I used to feel. I used to feel like, I wonder what's going on in the world. And so 2 years ago, I would be lurking on the Shade Room and all of these Baller Alert and all of these Pop Sugar and all of these things. Like, I want to know what's going on. And so, yeah, it would be like, let me check it again because I'm probably missing something. Something is going on the internet. And I kind of compare it to when I was a kid and there would be things going on in the neighborhood and my aunt would, because I lived with my aunt, she would be like, no, you can't go. And I didn't understand then, but she was definitely showing me what discipline was because I would be hearing everything outside, the parties, the fun, and I couldn't go. It's the same thing. It's about having that discipline. And so now that I'm not completely starving myself from Instagram by completely detaching, but I still have it there, definitely helps. Now, if you are in a situation where you are on Instagram 24 hours a day, you need to delete it from your phone. Because as creatives, this is my thing. As creatives, we can't grow, we can't flourish. There are so many things we're missing out on because we're stuck on Instagram, right? Or we're stuck on social media. And so I remember the craziest thing is I was looking at a documentary that Tweet did. You know Tweet. Ooh, oh my. Oops, oh my. Tweet. She's just bomb. You know who I'm talking about. She's an artist. She's an R&B artist, and she is freaking amazing. And she's so talented. And I was looking at an interview the other day because, the 90s is coming back and people are talking about experience. It's so cool to see our old artists talk about things. And so one thing that she was saying was that Missy Elliott, who really brought her to the forefront, would remove them from, no TV, no going out, no nothing. They would be locked into, they would rent out a full complex and they would be locked in there with each other for months, 6 months at a time. Don't quote me on that. However, they would be locked in there and they would have to create. And that way they weren't influenced by everything else going on the outside. And so for me, since I've moved Instagram over to my iPad, it has been absolutely amazing. The ideas are rolling in. The creativity is rolling in. I feel like a new freaking person. And I'm kind of mad because I was like, where has this been? Now, another thing is with that time that I used to be on Instagram doing nothing, because as a business owner, you need to be there's a lot of things that you need to be doing that don't involve scrolling, right? And so we end up consuming so much that we're not able to create. And when I say create, I mean create things that affect your bottom line, like your products, your next marketing campaign, your online course, which I am very passionate about because you definitely need to get into that. Take that information out of you and pour it into something that you can definitely monetize over and over by only creating it once. You know, I love Thinkific. Shout out to you guys. That's who I use for my online course platform, which you can find out more about down below. But you definitely want to think about those things. Like, I was able to do so much this week that didn't have anything to do with Instagram, and it was absolutely amazing. Like, things that I've been putting off for months and months and months. So it's crazy because now I actually find myself getting bored sometimes. Like, I have time, like I've completed everything that I needed to complete and I have time, and I'm like, oh shoot, like, well, damn. Before, I would be, every time I'm bored, and I know that you go through this too, whenever you're bored, you pick up Instagram or you go through Instagram. And so now I don't have that urgency, that urge. Man, so many things are just so much better. And so this is just me asking you in this hecka long video to really reevaluate yourself. One, give yourself little doses of social media, but if you need to remove yourself and step back, please do that as well. And schedule your social media. Remember, social media is social media marketing for business owners. Marketing, which means you need to be telling your people all about your products and services, how you can help them, nurturing your audience and growing them. And I feel like when you remove yourself from the actual doing of the app, you are then able to schedule. For scheduling, I use Later Media. I love CoSchedule as well. But for Instagram, I love Later Media. Love Later Media. I have a really in-depth class with them that I will link down below as well that you can watch on just how to improve your IGTV or how to create a marketing strategy for your business using Instagram TV. But girl, let me tell you, I hope that you got something out of this video. Before I leave, I want to tell you, one of the perks of scheduling is that you're not in the instant of it all, anxious about how many views you got, you know, when you hit that refresh button because you know your post was bomb and you want to see like who liked it and who. None of that. Let's remove that from ourselves. And let's remember that your value is internal and not external. It's not what people say about you. It's what you keep on doing that is bettering others, and the fact that you keep showing up and doing that thing. So this is just a little tea about, you know, just why I deleted the app, how it can help you in some way. If you enjoyed this video, definitely leave me a thumbs up down below. Please do subscribe and definitely turn on that notification bell. I love you guys and I will chat with you soon. Welcome to the studio. Let's become co-creators with each other and just enjoy it. I'll see you soon. Take care.